Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am back decorating another one of the apartments in my custom apartment building on top of one of the penthouse lots in the new world that came with Lovestruck. And this is gonna be an apartment that you're really just gonna have to trust the process. I changed the layout and the design style and the concept so many different times, but I thought I would keep in some of that so you could see how I got to the finished product that I did. I did have to cut out a ton of footage though, because this would have been a lot of me doing things that I didn't end up keeping. But it does end up still being a 1-bedroom apartment, and it's actually for a photographer. I had some suggestions in the comments on what sort of career, what sort of style I should have in the 2 remaining apartments in this building. And one of the ones that I saw that I really liked was some sort of space for somebody who is an artist but has a slightly darker aesthetic. So I started to play around with that idea, but then I kept going back and forth and being like, okay, maybe I won't do that. And so I had some lighter things in here, and then I changed the layout entirely, and I changed the color scheme, and I wasn't sure exactly what the sim was going to be into in the arts, but it turns out that they do a lot of different art, but primarily photography, and I have a couple of other things for them as well, so there ends up being an easel on their balcony. But with that all out of the way, I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you do and you'd like to download it, it is not yet available on the gallery. It will be once I finish the 3rd and final apartment that is in this building. However, the empty version of this building with just the units with floor plans is already uploaded under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find that under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. I also wanted to address that I said I was going to have all these out this week, and I haven't. There's been kind of a lack of uploads lately, and unfortunately, that's because I hurt my back, and so I'm having trouble like existing currently. And actually, we have figured it out that it is due to our mattress, and so we have bought a new one, but it will not be here until midweek. So I am just doing my best until then. Yeah, hopefully there will be some more videos coming up sometime soon. I just have been a little bit not feeling great lately, but that's just life. Just wanted to give you a little update there. But as you can see now, I am changing the layout, and I think another reason why I struggled so much with this apartment and figuring it out is I really wanted it to feel different from the other one, but I was also kind of leaning into a darker color scheme. And I also feel because of the style of this apartment, at least the built-in fixtures felt like they needed to be more modern. I could definitely go older style with the furnishings in the last apartment, but I still feel like the built-ins need to be modern. Otherwise, it's not going to feel like it makes sense with this building, if that makes any sense. But you can definitely let me know what you would like to see in that final apartment. I've already been looking through some more suggestions to get some ideas, but now that 2 of them are done, who do we think would be a good addition for the final one? I would love to hear your suggestions. But yeah, in here, I really wanted to use the floral wallpaper that came with Lovestruck. I don't actually end up keeping it in this swatch. I'm going to be changing it to a swatch I haven't used yet, which I think ends up being really fun. And the color scheme in here ends up being like purple, blue, and yellow, which I really like. So I hope you will enjoy it as well. I think it was such a fun one to do, and I use a lot of stuff from the Moschino stuff pack, as there's a lot of photography focused things in that pack, and it just really fit the style I wanted to go for. Although the sofa here is from Get Famous, I'm pretty sure. And that clothing rack is also from the Moschino stuff pack. It looked like it was clothes that maybe models would be wearing for photo shoots, so I thought that that worked quite nicely there. And then I just got a little plant, or I guess is it considered a plant if it's just sticks in a vase? I'm not sure, but I added that over there. And then this mirror by the front door is also from Moschino. I thought it was a really fun piece. I really wanted to mix a few different styles together and have just interesting design in here, if that makes sense. I played around with some other couches before this one that I ended up cutting out because they just weren't working with the color scheme. But one of the ones I really wanted to use is the couch that came with Vintage Glamour. Particularly, I think the base swatch of it, which has some yellow pillows, it just wasn't working, but I really do want to find a way to use that sometime soon. But this was a really fun apartment to work on, and I just think it will be so interesting to see how this sim gets along with their neighbor who shares like a balcony that is right outside their window, because that's the sim that's sort of like a workaholic and really into their work. Well, I guess that's kind of what a workaholic is, but that's the entrepreneur apartment, which I will have linked down below as well if you haven't seen that one. That was the first apartment that I decorated in this series. And then this sim is a photographer who's got like a really loud, colorful interior. It feels definitely like the sim is more into romance, and I feel like maybe they could potentially be trying to pursue their neighbor, and that could be really fun. I think the neighbor next door has some interest in romance. It's just they're more so focused on their career. So I think that could be a fun storyline. And then figuring out how the third apartment fits into that should be interesting. I did have some suggestions to do some sort of love triangle, which could be fun. The other apartment is a 2-bedroom one. I've had all sorts of suggestions for who could be next door, whether that's somebody who has a kid, a couple of roommates, or I even had one that was a suggestion for an elderly sim who has a live-in carer. I thought that was cool too. But definitely let me know if you have ideas that would work nicely for the storyline that we're already building here with the other sims living in this building, because I really like decorating for specific personalities and styles and trying to make it all fit together. So open to those ideas. But anyway, this is the entryway area right off of the kitchen. I included a bookcase here also from Moschino, which I put all sorts of cameras on. I thought that would be some nice storage for this Sims camera collection, and just hanging up some stuff by the door. I will actually be getting rid of that key rack in a little while because I end up getting a different shelf from Moschino that has some camera equipment hanging on it, and it has a shelf on the top. So I used that as like the ledge for your Sims to put their stuff in when they enter the apartment. But here you can see I changed the swatch of the wallpaper. It's like a purpley tone, and then the flowers are white, yellow, and blue. And I just thought it was so pretty. I think it really helped me to figure out what color scheme I wanted to go in here and what vibe I was going for. And I was really glad that I changed that because I think automatically when I want to use that wallpaper, I want to use the like base swatch or the really dark version of it that's black and red. I think that one's just so pretty and striking, but there's some really interesting color swatches on this one as well. So I was glad I changed that. And then here I am decorating that shelf I had mentioned. Just got a place for you to throw your phone and your keys. And this is the one and only bedroom in here. I ended up using this bed from Dream Home Decorator. It just felt like it matched the sort of tone I had going on in the other room. It's definitely more of a pink than a purple, but I thought it was really pretty, and I paired it with these pendants from the bowling stuff pack and a fluffy black rug. And I also really liked the artwork I put up above the bed. This one is from the Get Famous pack, and I'm just decorating the bedside tables with a couple of things, including this really pretty tray from Tiny Living that I definitely overuse, and a couple of books. It's a pretty small bedroom, but I thought it came out okay. I also grabbed a couple of other things for this nightstand, like a water bottle and a place to put your glasses. And then I am realizing that because I switched the orientation of where the door to the bathroom is going to be, that I could actually fit a shower tub combo in here, as I had this be the only apartment that just had a regular standing like one tile shower. So I was glad I was able to change that. But we're finishing up the bedroom now by adding this dresser with a record player, a mirror in the corner, and then we will actually be working on the bathroom. I just wanted to make it a little bit personalized, but all of the bathrooms in this building do have these same fixtures. I just swapped out mirrors and swatches and clutter and all of that to make it feel like each one is distinct to the sim that I imagined would be living in that space. I also added some flowers on the back of the toilet. I remember I used to do this for years, and then they finally, I don't know, a year or two ago, finally added swatches to the back of not swatches, slots to the back of toilets so you can actually put things there. I think it's quite realistic. And then I just got a blue rug in here to bring in the blue into this room. And then we are back in the entryway where I realized I deleted the trash can at some point in time. So I wanted to include that and a rug under the table. And then we're finalizing and finishing this apartment by decorating the balcony. So I do have an easel out here. So I put some like paints and stuff next to it. Some extra canvases. I have this really pretty lamp from the Blooming Rooms kit, and I end up having a high top table out here as well as a place for your Sims to come outside and enjoy some food, or maybe even bring out your laptop or something. Since this is a covered balcony, I feel like this would be a nice spot to hang out. But that is pretty much it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching. Please enjoy those screenshots, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye, everyone.